In today's video, I want to take you beyond the clothes. As you may know, my name is Marlene. I'm a personal stylist. I am also a fellow apple shape, and I know most of you joining me here are apple shapes like me. But this one is more for everyone. It's not really to do with body shape. It's to do with the mindset. In today's video, I have 5 tips for you that, as I say, take you beyond the clothes and go in and work on the mindset. This video has come about due to comments that I keep getting on my videos. And that is when I tuck a top, I always get a comment, at least one on every video saying, Marlene, I won't tuck. I can't do it. Apple shape shouldn't tuck. And for that, I can only say, okay. You don't have to if you don't want to. One thing about my channel is I will share suggestions. I will share tips and ideas, but I will never tell you what to do. When I work with clients, which I do online, and they tell me, Marlene, I'm really scared of tucking, all I can say is, okay. But you will always be scared of something if you are unwilling to face the fear. I know, especially when we're talking about spiders. That's a whole different thing. But anyway, if you don't want to tuck your top, that's okay. I'm not going to force you. But I will say, if you decide that you can't do something, you're not going to. It's as simple as that. And that's not some rule I've made up. That's a psychological fact. We have to change our minds. Our minds will believe what we feed them. So when we feed them negativity, as in, I can't do this, or I don't, or this and that, that's what your brain's going to believe. And that is why this video came about. I'm very, very interested in human psychology. I think it's very, very interesting. And for me personally, the way I got to the point that I am now, and you can just go back, put on the very first video I have ever made here on my channel. Watch the very first video and you will see a completely different person. The only thing that's changed about me, well, okay, several things has changed, but it was my mindset. And it was when I changed my mindset that I changed. And that's key. So I have 5 tips for you, but you have to be open and willing to embrace them. All right, I hope that makes sense. Tip number 1 is to embrace your body and your body shape. Many of us will stand and will look in the mirror, if we even own a mirror, and say, oh, I don't like this, my tummy this, my this and that and whatnot, right? All the negativity. We will feed our brain all the things that we don't like. And this is what I'm saying. We need to get rid of the negativity, and instead I want you to feed your brain positivity. I want you to stand and look at yourself in the mirror. I want you to embrace your curves and realize how unique and special and beautiful your body is. And I want you to point out all the positive things that you possibly can about your own body and your body shape. Because no matter your body shape, no matter what hang-ups you have about your body, there is something beautiful about your body. You may have a tummy like I do, but us apple shapes have fantastic legs. So point out the legs. Never mind that we don't like the tummy. Point out all the beautiful features that you have. And I will say, fake it till you make it if you have to. That's what I did. I cannot tell you and guarantee that a psychological fact and that's a good thing to do, but that's what I did and it worked for me. Feed your brain that positivity so we can push out the negativity instead. So compliment yourself every single time you see yourself in the mirror, and any other reflective service will do as well. Tip number 2 is to experiment with styles. Many of us get stuck in a style rut and we forget to have fun with fashion. And when that happens, it's very, very difficult to put the positivity into your brain, because once the style rut set in, you're kind of going down that one track. Does that make sense? So if you start having fun with fashion, if you start experimenting with different styles, you will get out of that style rut. Again, it's all about keeping an open mind, and I know that's difficult, but if you keep an open mind to different styles, start mixing and matching the pieces that you have in your wardrobe, coming up with new ways of putting things together, all of a sudden you'll be able to see the possibilities instead of the limitations, and that is key. So do not forget to experiment with styles. And if you need a little bit of help, a good way to do it could be to search Pinterest or Google search just for some outfit inspiration. Let's say you have a green blazer and you don't know how to style it. Put a green blazer into the search bar and just see what outfit comes up, and maybe you can try and recreate some of them. You can, of course, also take all the inspiration that I have here on my channel and see if you want to recreate some of the outfits that I have. But most importantly, start having fun and experiment with some style. It'll get you out of the style rut. And again, as I say, push that positivity in and the negativity out. The biggest shift I experienced in my own mindset after starting my journey was after I had a wardrobe clear out. Having a wardrobe full of stuff that just doesn't serve you, that doesn't fit you, is not doing our mental health any good whatsoever. Now, having a wardrobe clear out is not only going to clear your wardrobe, but is most importantly going to clear your mind. And I want you to start by taking out everything that doesn't fit. Anything that is either too big or too small, it's got to go. Got to go. You don't have to get rid of it. You can put it in a couple of bin bags under the bed or up in the attic. That's up to you. But anything that doesn't fit you right here, right now, has to be taken out. Next up, I want you to get rid of anything that is tattered and ruined, it's stained, there's holes, whatever. If you wouldn't wear it in front of the postman or some stranger knocking on your door, it shouldn't be in your wardrobe. Nope. You only want pieces in there that is pristine and looking good. And then once you got down to those pieces, I want you to recognize what pieces are you missing in your wardrobe. A capsule is a good place to start. It doesn't have to be only a capsule, but a capsule will teach you which basic pieces to have in your wardrobe and how to put outfits together. I have several videos on different seasons of capsules, and you can go and find them in the playlist. I'll try and link it in the description box if I remember. But start with capsule pieces, and then you can build from there as you expand your wardrobe. But I want you only to have pieces in your wardrobe that you genuinely love, that you genuinely wear. Most importantly is that you have to learn that they work for your body shape. And this is again where body shape comes in. And if you are an apple shape, I hope you'll stick around here. And of course, if you're not apple shape, you're more than welcome to stick around too. I have been told that a lot of the tips and tricks that I do work for all body shapes, even though you might have to adapt them. But once you have pieces in your wardrobe that genuinely work for you, that is when you can start finding your own style and you can really start having fun with fashion. So start with a good wardrobe clear out, because not only does it clear out your wardrobe, it clears out the mind. Fear is honestly what holds most of us back from doing things we want to do in life, be it in your job and career, be it as being adventurous in life, or even being adventurous with your style. And I know for a fact I have been slow at embracing accessories. I have always been an earring person. I love myself a good bold earring, but for years and years and years, and still to this day, I have worn the same little gold hoop that I have worn since I was 3 years old. But learning to embrace accessories, I know it can be difficult, especially if, like me, you prefer just a plain and simple and easy outfit that has to be practical. Sometimes trying on a necklace, sometimes trying a bold flower, or maybe embracing sunglasses, embracing hats or boots or whatever you want to do. I know it's scary, and I know it's the fear, just like the fear of tucking in our tops. I know it's scary, and as I said, I'm not going to force you to do anything, but it is the fear that's holding you back. What is it the fear of? It's the fear of being judged by others. But what does it matter? It doesn't matter. That's the thing. That is people's opinion of what we look like. That's it. That's their opinion, not ours. It affects nothing in our lives. It is our fear of stepping out of the norm, stepping out of the box and doing something different that is holding our back. Accessories is a fantastic way to put your outfit together, be it a bold earring like I'm wearing today, a heavy necklace, or a colorful belt, or something different. But try and be bold with your accessories. Again, it is all about changing your mindset and letting go of the fear that other people will judge you. But I can honestly tell you, nobody cares. They're too busy worrying about us judging them. Tip number 5, and probably the most important tip I can give you, is to surround yourself with positivity. What we want to do in life, not just in our social media life, but also in our everyday life, is to spend as much time with and around things and people that makes us feel good. You want to spend time with things and people that uplift you, that inspire you and push you to do better. If you're following social media stuff, channels, whatever you're watching, that makes you feel horrible and makes you feel like, oh, I'm not doing good enough, then they're not your people. You want to follow people that would encourage you to do better, that will push you to try things out of your comfort zone, who will be there as a backup, as a guide, and have your back. That is the kind of people and things, social media stuff, that I want you to follow. Feeding our brain the positivity, as I said, it is a scientific fact that what we feed our brain is what we believe. And if you tell yourself every day, no, I'm just big fat apple shape, I'm not allowed to look good, then that is what you'll believe. Nope. Instead, surround yourself with people that will say, hey, you look amazing, because you do. You're gorgeous. And belly or no belly, we are absolutely allowed to play with fashion, to have fun with fashion, to have fun with style, and to explore what it's like just being us. And I know from my own personal story that it's not until I came kind of later on in life that I had time and energy left over to actually start taking care of myself. I'm a mom of 3 and my life has revolved around my kids, and there just wasn't room for this sort of stuff when I was younger. So if you do get a few minutes, no matter what age you are and what stage you are in life, make sure that those few minutes that you have just for yourself, that is positivity, you stuff in there, all right? Because we don't want that negativity in our lives, and it begins with what we carry in our hearts and in our minds. Right, my beauties, that is it for today. I hope my message is clear. I hope you can see what I mean when I say that I will never force you to anything, but it is up to you to open your mind and your heart to try different things. Feed yourself positivity so we can get out of this style rut. It is literally all about your mindset. That is where it starts. But I'm here to help you all the way. And I hope you know that you can book me for online personal style consultations if needed. There is details in the description box. But I want you to embrace your uniqueness and your beauty, because you are special and you are wonderful just the way you are. But that is it for today. If you made it this far and sat through the ads, thank you so much, because that's how you're helping my channel. Will you do me one last favor for today and leave me a yellow heart in the comments? The yellow heart simply just shows me and the algorithm that you enjoyed the content enough to stay to the end. But that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.